Hello there, my name's Annette with Sunbeam Fabric Art. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be using my walking foot and my free motion quilting foot to finish the WONKY 9-patch quilt. This quilt is divided up into rows, and what I'm doing with my walking foot here is just doing a zigzag stitch between two rows. I'm giving myself some dividing lines that I'm going to be working with. Now I'm using this brown thrift store yardage that I found for the back of the quilt. And unfortunately, it had to be pieced together. And I really did not like the way it was looking on the back. So I thought to myself, well, I will make these dividing lines on the front of the quilt, and then I'll use free motion quilting to make the back of the quilt the star. Now I did want to make sure and have a guideline on the back of the quilt on the very edge of the front of the quilt. So you can see I'm using my little wooden pokey tool to kind of hold that fabric down until it gets under the needle. My plan was to have all these sections divided by my zigzag lines, and I just did one section at a time, and I just started playing around with free motion quilting. I really am not an expert at it, but I do like to doodle, and to me, having it divided in this small section made it a lot easier to handle. Just doing one section at a time was really easy. Now you can see I started in the middle of the quilt. I like to do that whenever I quilt. I start in the middle and work my way back out. And here is that quilting as seen from the front. These prints are really busy, so that quilting doesn't really show up that much on the front. But I really do love the way this yellow thread is looking with this brown fabric. Now, a few years ago, before COVID, I did take a one-day free motion quilting workshop, and that was pretty fun. I learned some things. I learned about this product called Machingers. That's Machinger, and I have some, but I honestly prefer free motion quilting with my bare hands. I know that the Machinger gloves really do help you move the fabric around, but I really like to just feel what's happening underneath the needle. I have gotten fabric bunched up underneath it before with those gloves on because I couldn't feel it. I'll slow down a couple of these sections on the quilting just so you can kind of see what I'm doing a little bit more slowly. I really liked what I was doing here with these weird squares and rectangles and weird lines, just because it didn't matter if I backed myself into a corner, I could get out of it just by drawing a line across what I had already done. Well, here is a look at the back of this small quilt. I have not bound this yet, but I will be binding it soon. I'm working on quite a few quilts right now, trying to get them ready to bind. But this one is in that pile ready to go now. I really love that sun that I made on the back. And like I said, you can see on the front, this quilting doesn't really even show up because of these busy prints. Thanks so much for joining me today. I appreciate it, and I hope to see you back again real soon.